Good morning, children. Once again, we are back to the second session of science. Now, in my previous class, I have explained you what do you mean by the plane surface, what do you mean by the irregular means it is a diffused reflection what we get where the surface is not smooth, and how we get the images. And next to that, we have seen the reflection. After getting the reflection, how do we get the images in the plane mirror? And then also we have seen what are the terms related to the reflection, or what we call it as the images which are being caught on the plane mirror. Now based on this, again I draw the diagram for you. We are having the normal, we are having the incidence, we are having the rays of reflection. This is N, this is I, this is R, this is incidence, and this is angle of reflection. So we will denote it by capital R. Now based on this, we are having the laws of reflection. Based on this, we are having the laws of reflection. So what does the first law explains you, or what does it say? What does it say? The first law says that the incident ray normal to the reflecting surface and the reflected ray are in the same plane. I'll write on the board. They are saying that the incident ray normal, and that also see the word used in your textbook is the normal to the reflecting surface is the mirror. So the normal to the reflecting surface and the reflected ray lie on the same plane. And plane is nothing but the space occupied by the ray of incidence, normal, and the ray of reflection, that is R. So the incident ray is where the rays are falling on the plane surface, normal and the ray of, or the reflected ray, they lie on the same plane. They lie on the same plane. What does the second law or the second rule tells you? It says that the angle of incidence and angle of reflection are equal to one another. So second law says that an angle of, or the angle of incidence, let us make this as B, and the angle of reflection, the angle of incidence and angle of reflection are equal. How do we know that? We know it because N, which is a perpendicular line to the plane mirror, to the left side we are having the angle of incidence, and reflected means obviously they have to be equal because it is a reflected image. So images must be having the same. Images are always equal, and therefore the angle of incidence and angle of reflection, they are always the same. The third law is not given in your textbook, but we can add one more law of reflection as the third I will write here. The incident ray and the reflected ray, incident ray and the reflected ray are, or we can say lie on the opposite sides of normal. Opposite sides of the normal. See, incidence ray is to the left side, reflected ray is to the other side, and in between you are having the normal. So incidence ray and the reflected ray are in the opposite direction of the normal. So this third law is not been given, but in your further next classes you may be getting the third law, that is the law of reflection. So we have learned three laws of reflection related to the figure which I have drawn on the board. And here we are having the normal is the perpendicular drawn to the surface. To the other side we have taken the angle of incidence, we have taken the angle of reflection. Now when you are drawing the diagram, you can just draw rough sketches. It is not necessary that you have to take this angle only. If you have taken, suppose you have kept the protractor 90 somewhere here, so you can draw 30, 45, 60 and same angle you have to draw from the right side. If you have drawn here 60, R also you have to draw 60 only, and normal will be holding the 90-degree angle, that is perpendicular to the surface of the plane, this mirror, and therefore they are equal. And third law we have learned is that the incident ray and the reflected ray lie on the opposite sides of the normal. So this is the third additional law which I have just explained to you. Now coming to the next part of it, or we can say the point of it, we are having how we get the images on the plane mirror. Actually it is the same, only the thing is that we are talking about in terms of the normal, incident ray, reflected ray, or maybe angle of incidence, angle of reflection. But here the concept of how the images are formed on the plane mirror, we have one diagram over here which I will be drawing on the board. So you will have the clear idea about how the image is been getting formed on the plane mirror. So let us draw the figure for that. Images formed by the plane mirror. Means the surface is plane. Images formed by the plane mirror. You just look to the diagram that is on page number, or you can say the figure 4.5, which is given on page 34. I will just draw the figure over here. the source of light which we are getting. It may be the sunlight, maybe the torch or any other thing. Here what has happened is the object which is being kept over here, the rays are been just getting reflected, because light is not only falling on this area but it is falling on the same this zone. So the pencil which is kept in front of the mirror, see this is the normal what we were following in the previous when we learned about the laws of reflection. So this is a normal. Now rays are being getting scattered, and here we find that the incident rays are falling on this, and from here the rays are being getting reflection, and reflection is being falling on the other side of this. If you notice here, because we have kept the mirror in the slant position, so you are getting the image of the object over there. So when we are talking about the image or the formation of the image which is being taken is called as the image which is being formed on the object. But see, there is one more concept which is being given over here, that an image that cannot be formed on a screen is called as the virtual image. So the image that cannot be seen or just got or formed on screen is called as the virtual image. And here we will find that the image is behind the mirror. Image is behind the mirror. Now always we find out, or you have a question in mind, behind the mirror means what must be exactly happening over there. Now see, when you are standing in front of the mirror and behind you I am saying, here this is a mirror, you are standing here, and behind me there is a cupboard. Cupboard is there, window is there, any other thing is there. You will find that the image is looking into the mirror as though it is just behind the glass, behind the mirror, behind the glass. So behind the glass means it looks as though it is beyond that mirror. Actually it cannot, because mirror is not a glass. Mirror is such a thing that from one side it is not transparent. It is transparent only from the one side. If you have noticed or seen the mirror of any, maybe a small piece or very big mirror, the other end of the mirror, it is a glass only of course, but that other part of the other end of that glass is painted, generally colored with the orange color. The reason is that, see, there is a difference between the lens and the mirror. These lens which are in there, they are transparent from both the sides. Lens, you might have seen the concave and the convex lens in our lab. So they are transparent from both the sides. But if you are just trying to see the mirror, that mirror, other end of the mirror is generally painted with the orange color or black color. Generally it is orange color. So that means why it is happening, or the why images are caught on the mirror and why not on the lens. The reason is that when the light is passing through it, light is passing through it. In the lens, light is passing through both the ends because it is transparent from both the sides. But in mirror, it does not happen so. It is just from one side only, and the other side is painted with green color. Generally, it is orange color. So the rays are stopping here only. So what happens is that, as we have seen, the rays are getting reflected, and that reflection, or you can say the consequence of the reflection, is nothing but you get the image on the mirror. But here you find that image is behind the mirror. It looks like. Actually, can you have the image behind the mirror? No. It looks as though it is falling behind the mirror. I'll give you the best example. Generally, we are having a TV set in our first room, or what we call it as the hall. So that hall obviously has the windows. So those window panes, means glasses, window panes which are been just set into the window, they are transparent from both the sides. So the light which is coming from the TV and the light is present in the room also. So total effect as a whole, the light is entering on this transparent glass which is of the window, and you find as though the image is just outside the window. Actually that object is not outside the window, the image formation is behind the mirror. Behind the mirror means it looks as though this is the window pane, but when you are looking through it, it is looking as though it is behind that. It is happening so because the window pane which is there in the house, the window glass which is there to the window is not colored from one side, but it is transparent from both the sides. And then what happens is that light is passing through it, and then the image is formation is taking behind the window, as we have seen mirror. Here we are having. So here the image is behind the screen, we can say. Here we can use the term screen over here, behind the screen. Actually the image is caught on the plane mirror only, but it looks as though the image formation has taken place behind the mirror. And then we have seen that the image that cannot be formed on the screen is called as the virtual image. And the image which is caught on the mirror, it is given in your textbook. An image that can be formed on a screen is called the real image. Now I will just give you the example what you mean by the screen and the mirror. See here we are having, instead of mirror now you can take this as the screen. Now what do you mean by the screen? It is just simple concept. It is a white paper pasted stand and we treat it as a screen. So that screen we are having the rays falling on it, and then you will find that the images which are being formed on that screen, it can be mirror, it can be, as I told you, the white paper. You might have noticed in our lab we have been doing that. One stand will be there where the concave or the convex lens has been set up. To the other end of it means here the concave or the convex lens is mounted upon. Here the lens will be mounted upon, and here you are having the object, and here you are having the screen, and that screen is nothing but it is the white paper pasted on the board. So then now this is been treated as a screen. So when the object is in there and the light is been falling upon it, you find that suppose you have taken the object, some object which has been kept over here. Let us say ball is being mounted. So you get a very small spot over here where you will find the image is being caught. So it depends upon concave or the convex mirror. But here we are using the images which are formed on a plane mirror or the images which are being caught on the screen. So the images which cannot be formed on the screen are called as the virtual images, and the images which are forming on the screen are called as the real images. So then we can have one concept over here, the real and the virtual images. Real and the virtual images. Real image and virtual image. Real and the virtual image. I read it once again to you. An image that cannot be formed on a screen is called the virtual images, and images formed by the cameras, for example, the pinhole camera you made in your previous class, you might have done that. On the other hand are the real images. So if you are not able to take the image not on screen, and here the image can be caught on screen. Image can be caught on the screen. That is a real image. For example, even in your mobile cameras which we are using, it is a small camera only. So what is that camera doing? Like you are just taking any picture of any page, or you are clicking the picture of any tree or any whatever you want to. So you are going to take that, or you are going to catch it in your camera. Maybe the camera which you are handling in a separate way, or the camera which is already present, that is inbuilt camera in your mobile, that is also helpful to take you the real image of any object. So you are clicking the picture of any object and you find that maybe the picture is small inside. You have to enlarge it by giving a touch to your screen. Your screen is your mobile and the camera is the picture which you are catching. So that camera which is inbuilt in the mobile is supplying you the pictures which you have clicked. But you will find that the picture which you have clicked is same as what is been there. Only the thing is it is small inside, but that is a real image. And virtual images, where the images cannot be caught or it is the image that cannot be formed on the screen, is called as the virtual image. Now see, there is one more diagram which has been given in your textbook, again which I am going to draw for you on blackboard. Incident ray we are having, then we are having the reflected rays. So now see here, let us study the figure. This is a mirror and you are having the incident rays which are being just falling on this mirror. This is a mirror. And you have kept, see, look into your textbook if you are having with you. Ray of incidence and the reflected rays are the CE and DF. Let us take them like OC and OD are the incident rays. OC and OD. The rays of incident. And you are having the CE and DF are the rays of reflection or reflected rays. Here you are having N as a normal of the plane mirror. So N stands for the normal. And you are having the NO or NI. These are the two things. Even you can see in the textbook that ON and IN, these are the images of the object O. So we are having O, the object. This is the point. Point is the object. And ON and NI. ON is equals to NI. Those are nothing but those are the images of the object. Images of the objects. Now all the things we have made clear with respect to the diagram which is given a paragraph for you, so you'll understand. It is possible to locate the position of an image formed by the plane mirror by tracing the rays, or what we call it as the ray diagram. So if the object is in front of the mirror, which is very small, and that object very small is O. So O is the object, it is just a point, you can say it is a pin, very small pin. Then, like a point, it is given in the figure, rays OC and OD form from the object incident on the mirror at C and D. This is point C and this is point D. So these are the incident rays which are falling at two different points, and that point is C and D from the object O, reflected. Then we are having CE and DM. Rays are falling at this point, and again these rays are getting reflected. Even you will find here, extended part of it is there. Means you will find, actually go to see, there are two ends. Point O, that is O which has been there, is with rays of incidence, that is OD and OC. And then here the rays are being getting reflected, that is DF and CE. And as a effect of it, we are getting the part of images in this manner. Here to here and here to here. So the images of the object are ON and NI. And they are equal, means we are saying that image is of the same size. Same size. Here you will say that why then only one point is been taken. That one point is been taken O. We can take it as, maybe it is a head pin, just a very small head pin. And then that head pin which is been there, you are getting the image of that. And how it is happening? Because the incident rays are meeting the mirror, that is at the normal at point C and D. And again from D, the rays are getting reflected. And those reflected rays, nothing but it is an extended part of the point R, which the point given is a point E and point F. Of course, because they can also be getting this spread. But we are going to stop at the point where the rays are almost to the, see, this is normal again for this, if you notice. This is a normal for the mirror, but this is a normal because ray of incidence, ray of reflection, ray of incidence, ray of reflection. So therefore they are in the opposite side of the normal. So here also we are getting normal. So don't get confused with the term normal, because normal is nothing but it is a perpendicular line drawn from the base to the mirror, either from this side or this side. So here I stop with the concept of the image formation by the plane mirror. In our next class, I will be teaching you just the colors how we get, or what is the effect of when the rays of light are being spreading in certain direction. So thank you.